Hey everyone, my name is Nate. I'm one of the developers of YTP, and about a week ago, we finally got to release the long-awaited Biome. What? We finally got to add the breakable, even that can deflect, plus a brand new high-speed game mode. You just have to get in game to see it all for yourself. Now, we've been dreaming about this for a long time, even before the game launched.
We're going to What's up? Let's go!
And the overwhelming amount of suggestions for it definitely boosted our interest. But even though we wanted to, we knew it was going to be an extra difficult biome to tackle, for a few reasons. For starters, the big one, custom. If we were going to do this, custom needed to happen, and we wanted to go the extra mile to make sure it was as versatile as possible for builders, which meant not only global but also custom. Doing that meant rewriting all of the games, because there's a lot of stuff that only works because it's always the same. Even something as simple as applies a very slight upwards for anyone you hit, which of course assumes constant. So adding custom meant going through everything, every form of from to it all had to be revisited, which was even more complicated because change in different. But we knew the work would be worth it for the creative potential it can unlock, whether you're making a or just a goofy. Plus, custom suddenly adds new use cases for let you well give you more. Even during our, it was a ton of fun just messing around with all our favorite in new. Another big challenge with though was just trying to figure out what the look like. Means a lot of different things to a lot of people, and while we wanted to include as many options as possible, the world still needed one cohesive aesthetic to tie everything together. At first, our goal was to shoot for a I thought it'd be a good fit for fantastical, optimistic, and you can see that inspiration in the and the. But when it came to the actual maps, we still wanted to make sure that it looked appropriately second. So we had a lot of angular builds with cool, although we still made sure to include some to maintain that optimism, which was actually a perfect opportunity to throw in an old mythic paint color that originally came from an old texture bug, but somehow gained a bit of a cult following. Funny how these things work out. So that balance between red and kind of became the identity. That's super obvious on the base map, where the structures are very, but the outer still have that exaggerated vibe. I also tried to get this across in the. A big inspiration for me was the background music in the, but with even more for an even more feel. I also snuck in a little bit of a mark to get the more become kind of a second language for a lot of. No matter what the is though, the last big challenge to figure out is how to balance that people come in with. For a standard, we can focus on with in your with a though, we're able to include a bit more how diverse are, but we still don't want to spread. The most important matter for that are the where people can, and then some sort of have always been at the core of you. Anyways, that was a lot of just to cover. Add on to that the tons of new, and of course a good assortment to round it all out, and you'll finally have all the pieces you need for a brand new. It's a lot, but honestly, I think it's worth it to go big on these. Sure, requested a lot because they're big, but people also love them because they're basically entirely new to explore and create with. And if we can craft them just right, we can make sure that these new are places worth living in and exploring, or worth doing.
We're going to
Anyways, I hope you're all enjoying this biome, and trust me, we've got a lot more. Although we're gonna try and to make sure that they don't feel too similar. Full ups next week while and I are at. So if you're there, come say. You might see us release the if we can find a space to do it. But anyways, see you next week. Bye.